Wrestling fans, Mega Championship Wrestling and MCW Monster Bash 2005 continues. This will be a one-fall contest. Your referee will be Phil Stiller. Introducing first, to be accompanied to the ring by the shot caller of MCW, the legend of Fresh Aronson, from Clarksville, Mississippi, weighing 250 pounds, he is the Axe Murderer, Jake Garrett. And wrestling fans, his opponent, from HUD Housing, weighing 245 pounds, he is the Section 8 soldier, Brandon X.
The ongoing battle between Brandon X and Fresh Aronson, his former advisor, continues because Brandon X now opposed with yet another Fresh Aronson protege, the ever-dangerous Axe Murderer, Jake Garrett.
You know, and it never seems to fail the owner of MCW trying to pull out all stops to try to get Brandon X to either just die or give up. But Brandon X, heart of a champion, former Brass Knucks champion, will not give up and will try to get one over on Fresh Aronson.
No doubt about that. Fresh Aronson wants to prove to Brandon X that leaving Fresh was the biggest mistake he ever made, and Fresh is out to prove that Brandon X can't make it in this business without Fresh by his side, because make no mistake about it, Fresh wants the money, the glory, the success that's going to come with being associated with Brandon X. Obviously a rising budding star. You can see the charisma, the size, the ability. He's got pretty much the complete package, and Fresh is bitter because he's not associated with that anymore, so he's going to do anything he can to where if he can't have it himself, no one can. He's going to destroy it.
Right. Right now, referee Phil Stiller administering the 10 count. We've got the Axe Murderer on the outside getting some information from Fresh Aronson.
When you've got two diabolical minds like Fresh Aronson and Jake Garrett, the sky's the limit. I've long called Jake Garrett the mastermind for many, many years. And that's not just some tagline. This is one of the most diabolically, evilly intelligent individuals I have ever come across in my life.
He's a scary man.
He's very frightening. You can just look at him and see how frightening he is.
I hear he's got a glass eye.
I don't think that's true. I think he has a cancer-filled syringe, but I can't clarify that. But regardless, when you got a body like that, when you've got muscle behind that, and you've got a mind, two minds for that matter, to back it up, it makes Jake Garrett one of the most lethal individuals you're going to find.
Jake Garrett talking to Hank Hudson. What's going on?
Wrestling fans, I have been ordered by the Axe Murderer Jake Garrett to inform each and every one of you that if they do not have absolute silence, they will leave and not wrestle this match.
Well, Jake Garrett is refusing to wrestle this matchup.
And he's starting to go to the back. Brandon X just kind of standing there being the sparrer of the two men.
Because of the attitude of these fans, Jake Garrett and Fresh Aronson are leaving the premises. And I guess this might be a count-out win, a forfeit win. Phil Stiller's up to 4. They have 6 seconds to get back to this ring.
5 seconds now.
Or this match is
4,
done.
3. And there he goes, and here comes the Axe Murderer, and
rolls right back out.
Time.
And notice, this is not done just for nothing. The frustration that Brandon X is starting to endure, this is all a psych-out tactic, all a mind game.
You know what?
From Jake Garrett and Fresh Aronson.
Dare I say it, maybe a cerebral assassin type.
Oh, no doubt about it. Jake Garrett is a cerebral assassin if I've ever seen one. Not to coin a phrase from someone else, but he fits that description to a T. I mean, some of the stories of Jake Garrett's physical lashing outs are legendary. He's driven people out of this business by just being himself, by just being a brute force to be reckoned with.
And finally, both gentlemen in the ring getting underway, and finally a lockup.
We have the collar and elbow centering. Side headlock by Garrett, but Brandon X able to get out of it quickly. But the power of Garrett in the low center of gravity, able to take him down with a shoulder tackle, but X comes back with a hip lock. Drop kick by the big man. Brandon X about 6'4", 6'5", but still great agility. And Garrett is once again outside regrouping.
Well, the momentum of that drop kick that he gave the ex-murderer actually took him out to the outside.
And Garrett in no hurry to get back in either, favoring his neck and head area. And again, we risk another count out. This matchup has gone 5 minutes, and they barely had any physical contact.
Well,
Jake Garrett's taking a page out of Larry Zbyszko here. And it's ridiculous. We need to have a match here.
yes, we do. That's what we don't get paid for.
Well, speak for yourself.
You get paid?
Well,
I've got to speak to the dish. Where is the dish?
we'll discuss the specifics of my contract later, but right now the story is Brandon X very frustrated here. Jake Garrett is not even trying to participate in this matchup. He's going to break the count again. He breaks the count. And right back to the outside as X gets back in. And I don't know if this is succeeding in frustrating Brandon X. I would think it would, even though X is trying to keep a cool head about it.
Yeah, you know, and as we've seen, just to describe for the folks at home, X actually sitting in a chair because of the count. He's tired of it. Signs of frustration on Brandon X.
Jake Garrett crawls back in and out one more time. And now X finally going to go to the outside and chase Jake Garrett. But now Garrett's back in the ring, and now we can maybe restart this match.
Hopefully. I feel like deja vu right here.
Another collar and elbow.
Oh.
And Garrett buries the knee into the abdomen and goes to work on Brandon X.
Brandon now reeling with those shots to the head and putting his face in the turnbuckle.
And Jake Garrett begins to go to work.
Here we go. There's that psychology you were talking about.
Into the buckle, but Brandon X reverses it.
Yes, he does. With power.
Oh.
And Brandon X looking for something.
You can see the smile on X's face. Springs off the ropes.
A version of the 469, but then a version of the tarantula.
A body scissors on Garrett, using the ropes for leverage, while wrenching at the face at the same time. X had Garrett in a crucifix position and was wrenching at both shoulders.
And now hiding behind a cameraman is Fresh Aronson.
Well, I don't blame Fresh Aronson for doing that. X has wanted Fresh for a long, long time in a very physical manner. They were chasing each other down the highway last time we were in this building.
Yes, they were. And what
Garrett hits a suplex.
That was amazing.
Quick elbow follow through.
1, 2 count only, does say referee Phil Stiller.
And now the tides have turned as X's resilience is starting to build frustration among Fresh Aronson.
And now a variation of the camel clutch. Jake Garrett's got it locked in. Brandon X trying to get to those ropes.
Garrett's got the hands clasped around the jaw. Does not have X's arms draped over Garrett's own knees for maximum leverage. However, you have to watch it. You have to watch Garrett. Might take a shortcut if the fingers or thumbs get jammed up into X's nostrils at any point. Brandon X could be smothered.
Couple elbows to Jake Garrett.
X is back to the vertical base now.
But Jake Garrett right back on him.
Quick knee to regain control. X slides underneath. Garrett, however, pump handle action into a side slam Uranagi. X hooks the leg. Brandon X. Brandon X had it, but Fresh Aronson pulled the referee's leg. And he's blaming a fan. Brandon X had the Axe Murderer beat.
Yes, he did, and what a slam. Brandon X going under the legs with the pump handle, hitting it with the cover. Should have got the 3 count, but Fresh Harrison getting one up on...
Fresh Harrison's distraction allows Jake Garrett to recover, and now both men slugging it out.
It's a slugfest right now, Joe Dabrowski. I can't understand.
Into the corner, rights are flying. Phil Stiller's trying to get in the middle of it.
If Phil Stiller's not careful, he's going to get knocked out.
Both guys just went at each other right now. They've forgotten about the rules. They forgot about this match. This is a fight.
This is a fight.
Stiller gets pushed back. He's trying to, once again, to break these men up. Oh my God.
Both guys knock Phil Stiller out. These guys just want to beat each other up.
X and Garrett both with a right hand to the referee. There's going to be some heavy fines levied, and we have no one to stop this.
We have no other referee. Referee Alan Lake not coming out right now. We don't know where he is. Somebody needs to get him.
Well, someone needs to send word to the back that we don't have a referee out here.
Oh,
X charging with a boot.
kick.
Garrett moves out of the way, and finally these men have been separated.
And Bell has been wrong. What is the official word?
Well, let's go to Hank Hudson here for the decision. Apparently Stiller called for the bell.
In a time of 10 minutes, 17 seconds, referee Phil Stiller rules this match a double disqualification.
Garrett and X both are without the winner's share of the purse here tonight, and both without a resolution to this war, as neither man can be satisfied with a double disqualification. Both men hitting Phil Stiller. Wait, no. Oh! Charging boot for Phil Stiller. That's another few hundred out of the pocketbook of Brandon X.